Right, we're on.
Oh,
Well, lads, and
Jesus
welcome back
Christ.
to the Keep the Head, the Magic Sponge, the Magic Roundabout podcast. We don't know what the fucking name is still. We're debating.
What?
Uh, we're gonna react to the Last of Us season 2 trailer, which dropped April, or coming out
Out
in
in
April.
April.
Shut up!
Fucking tramp.
Shut up! So we're gonna react to the trailer. None of us have seen it yet. And we have played the games, so we're gonna see how this holds up trailer wise compared to the games. So here we fucking go. Eep.
Move the mouse. Oh, this sucks.
Just as well for anyone listening or watching on YouTube, there isn't going to be sound of the actual trailer. We're just listening to it and watching it,
I think that's Abby.
but you will see the video.
Yeah.
Oh, we're ringing bells.
Yeah.
Right.
That's Abby, yeah.
Mm.
That it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do know. Mm,
Right.
I think they might be keeping to the original because when the only shot it showed of I was gonna say Joel
Yeah.
is him crying, and I
Right.
think that is at the very very beginning of the game where basically Elliot think they have an argument,
Mm.
and right after the argument, then they go out and then basically that scene happens soon after. So I don't know. They might be sticking to the original because the rest of the game, I know the red lights in the corridor. That's Ellie looking for Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, from our reaction, you couldn't hear it, but you could see the video and of us reacting to it. We didn't. I think we all kind of have the opinion that none of us really enjoyed the second game, narrative wise and story wise. It didn't suit and it didn't fit. I think we can all agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what they done. I don't mind. I don't know what way you want to do this. Like,
Yeah, I'll just do it
but
alongside it. We'll just do the whole lot.
so you want to do spoilers now, like, and just say that was the
Um,
trailer, but now we're doing spoilers, or
yeah, we will. We're gonna
should we give them
assume anyone that listened to this from this point onwards, um, you can timestamp this, mark
if
it
you want to
down.
do like,
From
does
here on
anybody
in, there
else
will
have
be
anything?
spoilers.
If anybody else has just anything to say about the trailer first, and then we can do the spoilers after that. What do you think of Abby?
Um,
Mm.
I thought she did again. She's nothing, not nothing, but she's not really
She's
like
nothing. She's nothing like the character in the
she's
game.
she's nothing like the game character. So it doesn't match up.
I believe I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that's her voice actor. But they basically got, if I remember this correctly, they used her obviously voice,
Mm,
but they got the body model of basically like a CrossFitter
yeah,
who was pretty much like enhanced, if that makes any sense. So it wasn't a
Right.
matter of that's the whole thing about it. Like Abby throughout the game on multiple occasions, um, like by people close to her and also by enemies, is described as basically a huge muscular female. Like her physique is talked about,
yeah.
which they've just abandoned that for this. They've just gone, right, well, let's just forget that ever happened. But that's my problem, is going, well, why did they include that in the game? Like, is that not like, if that's an important feature to be like written into the script multiple times,
Yeah.
but then in the TV show it's like, right, let's just omit that because that's not important anymore. I'm going,
Mm.
so how important was it? Like, the attribute was like, so yeah, it's just one of them things that they changed.
So to begin with, we don't even agree on. We don't like the choice of actor for Abby. That doesn't
No,
suit.
no, I don't mind the choice of act. It's my problem. I don't understand what he done in the game though. Like,
Yeah.
she
Mm.
could be a good actress, but
Mm,
they'll have to then change her because obviously she's not going to be remarked as this big, huge hulking woman. Because if she is, it's going to be you're going to be going, hold on a second. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she looks just like an average woman, kind of. But yeah,
And then I think to move on then to the next point of we don't really agree also on the Ellie actor. Doesn't I didn't really enjoy her in the first season. I like the character itself. The first game is obviously very good and well written, but me personally, I don't like the choice of actor for the first season because
to me, when I watched the first season, I loved the first game. It's actually my favorite games of all time. The way
mm,
they got the chemistry between the two of them is absolutely unbelievable. Honestly,
yeah,
it's such an incredible game, and I was looking forward to more of that in the second game, which I'm not going to go into that. But um, the Ellie in the first game, just a certain characteristics where she just seems like an all round human being, like the way they captured her, and then she kind of becomes dependent on Joel. And she's looking after Joel and all the rest of it. But I never really got that from I can't remember the girl's Ellie in the first season. I can't remember her name.
the actor's name.
Yeah,
Um,
it'll come to me. But
yeah,
basically, even the way she looks, though, I had to keep on reminding myself that it's Ellie because it just Joel kind of looks like Joel. I can kind of piece that together as well. But I genuinely do think the casting is off, and it's serviceable, especially Joel. I can't remember his name either now for some
Pedro
reason
Pascal.
Pedro
because
Pascal, yeah.
he's a good actor, so he can kind of pull it off. But I don't think he's a perfect fit. Basically, one person that was put up beside him, and I thought would have made a great. Remember the guy in Game of Thrones? I can't remember his name now. Basically, it's Cersei's brother, something Lannister,
Jamie Lannister.
Jamie
Jamie Lannister.
Lannister.
Him,
Yeah, he
Yes.
would
he
have
would have been
been
a
really good.
perfect Joel. I think he would have
Yes.
been perfect. So him and then that girl, her name is uh, Kaylee or something like that. The girl who was in Aliens, like. But even just in I just think that
Yeah, to go back to the actor's name for Ellie we're talking about is Bella Ramsey, who was
Bella
also in Game
Ramsey,
of Thrones.
yeah, it's jarring to me. That's the only thing that is jarring. But I'll try and look past it. But the second game definitely took a massive change of direction for some reason.
Yeah.
But
My personal caveat with it is, um,
are you done with the trail now, or do you want to go into the spoilers?
we can go into the spoilers now.
Now so you
There was a
talk at
few
the end
little
now.
spoilers there, but from here on in, there
Not
will be
really.
more spoilers and whatever. If you haven't played either game, turn back now, basically. Um, what was I going to say to do with Ellie's character, the actor Bella Ramsey? She doesn't because of whatever. She has a disability with her face, like her facial features.
Do you know that?
Yeah. She does, and um, she basically looks like she's always 12. And obviously, it would work for the first game, and the first season. That works
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
But obviously now we're expecting Ellie to be around 18, 19 years of age, becoming a woman, and she doesn't look anything like it.
yeah. Like that's the thing as well in the game. There is from the first one, the second one, definite change.
Yeah,
Of course, like the first thing you notice is like obviously Ellie when you see that pic, you can see the picture of her from the first game. She does look like a young child, like she's 14, 15, and you can see that kind of youth in her face.
Mm.
And then the next time you see the screenshot, I remember seeing all the promotional material for Last of Us Part Two, and you're like, you can still see she's young, but she's like definitely grown up now.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
did a good way of just showing that she's definitely mature and taller and she's kind of grown into herself. So, but like when the scenes happen, then and she looks like she can handle herself more, like physically. Because in
yeah,
the first one, obviously she couldn't. So in the second one happens, there's fights now between her um and Abby and stuff like that. It's you can kind of but I wouldn't have. Yeah, I just there's just so much that I just find strange. Mainly, honestly, around the Abby casting, that really just it just I don't understand it. I don't understand why they decided to make her so big and like I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
yeah. In
It
the
doesn't make
games,
much sense.
Like if they're gonna do that, keep it. You know, keep it for this. Maybe they couldn't find an actress that was that size and was that good, but like I
Well,
just
Mm.
we're under the assumption that in season 2 they're going to pay homage and basically recreate with a few maybe tweaks, minor tweaks here and there, the second game, The Last of Us Part 2, or The Last of Us Season 2. But we might be looking at it wrong. Maybe the actor they got is because they might change the writing slightly for television.
but I don't mind changing the story a little bit, but that's a character, and that was one of our biggest traits was her
Mm,
strength.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand.
yeah.
To me, when they made that character, it felt like it was obviously they could do that because it was you're creating an animation, it's you're creating a model and then you're voicing it, so it's grand, perfect. But they seem to be, and people were defending it so much when people were saying like this is a post-apocalyptic game. Why are you focusing on a woman being big and strong and look like she was on steroids? And
Mm,
it was like everything's supposed to be scarce. You know what I mean? And you're fighting for survival and fighting for scraps, but you made a point of showing us this big, huge, strong woman.
just
And I
juiced
was like,
out of her
well,
fucking mind, yeah.
well, it was never said that. But it was like, oh, there was a whole thing of could it be attained naturally? It was so much so that it was definitely grabbed your attention,
Yeah.
and enemies remarked on it. Like the scene where basically before she's captured. So you play the scene as Abby first, and then another one where it's a meme of the little kid getting punched in the head and he fucking smacks his head
Yeah.
Mm.
off the gate.
Yeah.
It's literally that scene where he gets captured. I can't remember the little child's name, and then Abby gets captured. But basically, Ellie goes there as well, and she knows Abby because they talked about her. They're like, "Oh, that." I think Abby's like, "Did someone pass through here, big and muscular or strong?" She's literally described as that.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, she's literally going. She stands out because she's so big and muscular.
Yeah.
So
She's quoted as being as well. So
yeah, it's
it's
just it's nothing wrong with it. But I'm like, if that's her character, keep that as her character.
keep the energy, yeah.
I just feel like it's like changing Ellie to like a grown man
Yeah.
or something. It's like, but if that's her character as a young girl, and it was that important and a standout trait of her, why get rid of it?
Mm,
Yeah.
And there was so much controversy at launch of the game, or such a big talking point, and now they just skipped across, going, "Oh yeah, no, she's just normal."
yeah.
It's like,
Since when?
okay, like it's like, well, but okay, yeah, whatever. It kind of felt like when the game came out, they were trying to normalize as if to say, if you call it out, there's something wrong with you, or you know what I mean, or that's what kind
Yeah,
of came
you're
across.
discriminating or
But
you're
now,
against something.
I always thought, going, that's no problem, but we'll see how you cast it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not a normal thing to look like that.
No,
It's nothing wrong to look at that, but it's like it's not a normal thing. But anyway,
it's not your average Joe woman you'd see walking down in the high street after a fucking visit Mickey D's.
but again,
Yeah.
it kind of like when I'm looking at season 2 now, I'm going to be looking at Ellie going, "Oh, I keep reminding myself that's Ellie.
Yeah.
Now I have to keep
Yeah.
reminding myself this is Abby.
Because, yeah, she's just going to rock up and it's like, oh,
Like,
who's this again? Oh, Abby? Really? When? What?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, if it's basically not announced that this is Abby in each scene, people are going to forget about it, I think.
Yeah.
She's going to be a forgettable character.
And you know what it is as well? Abby, like, it's going to sound, because of her size, she has a different presence
Yeah.
in
Mm.
each scene. Like, she's actually like, there's a reason why, she beats Joel to fucking death because she's a physical character.
Spoilers.
That's gone now.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole thing with like Ellie in the first one. She's not beating anyone to death because she's not a physical character. You know what I mean? She's fucking a
Well,
kid and she's shooting with a crossbow and shit like that. Like,
I'm just going to look up uh, how many episodes were in the first Last of Us. So there was 9 episodes in the Last of Us Part 1. In
I
Part
remember
2...
there was one episode where it was a complete standalone, where it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the two gay lads. It turned out really well, actually.
It was really
It was
good, that
actually well
episode. I
written. It was a
enjoyed
good
it.
story. But
So I think in the
Great.
original, it's literally your Joel and Ellie, and you win by panic or something. And as a side note, I don't know if he picks up a porno mag or something.
mm,
I think it's alluded that it might be gay or,
yeah,
and then they just leave. But I think obviously the writers like, right, well, Bill, wasn't it?
Yeah,
His name's
Bill.
Bill. Like, let's
Mm.
give him a backstory. The other guy who ends up being his husband is not in it. He's not even. I don't even know if he's mentioned, but I thought that was a really interesting
It was an interesting story and actually done
episode.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like, I made you think and appreciate more. Like,
mm,
it was interesting because when you go back and play the first, you kind of feel a bit more going. Even though Bill says nothing, because of the TV show, you're going, oh, I know. You feel like you know more about him now.
yeah.
Mm.
That makes any sense?
But where I was going with that question to do with the episodes was obviously in the second game, Joel dies very early on,
Yeah.
which again we're all against. It was a fuck up. It was terrible
No,
narrative.
no, I'm not. I'm not against it.
No,
I'm
no, I don't
against
mean
how it's
I don't
done.
mean against him dying. I mean just how early and
Yeah,
how
no,
badly it
yeah,
was
I
done,
have a
No.
problem with how early he died. Like, that's what I said before. If he died at the end, then you're like, yeah, that's fine.
or
That's
near the
perfectly fine.
middle,
But the
so
fact
it,
of,
it
yeah,
extends the revenge story,
so
gives
there's,
you a bit
yeah,
of
so there's some
fucking
sort of
something to chew
story
on.
to end it,
Yeah,
not just kill him kind of fucking out of
that
the blue, like just, yeah,
that's where this
cool, whatever.
question's going. What episode do you think they're going to kill off Joel straight away in episode 1?
But you see, the whole point of season 2 and how it's marketed is about revenge, and the revenge is made by Joel's death. Like, remember, it's not only about the game is not just about Ellie's or
Yeah,
Abby's revenge, and Abby's revenge is seen at the very beginning, but then they justify it, but they justify it in the wrong way. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
Mm,
that's all they basically do it. Like, I was kind of saying, if you played as Ellie and you bump into Abby and you don't know who she is yet, and she basically saying she's trying to kill someone who basically brutally murdered her father in cold blood for no reason, and she's got no reason why person.
yeah,
And then Ellie meets up with Joel, and then Abby's like, "Oh, that's the guy, that's the guy who killed." And you're going, but now all of a sudden, Ellie doesn't know anything about Abby. So then, she wants to kill Abby, but then you play as Abby and you get her back.
yeah. Which
So that's what I mean. At the very end, again, spoiler, Abby needs to die.
mm,
But when she doesn't die, it's just like it's just a
excuse-
build up. You know what I mean? She needs to die. Like,
it's
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 a
it's a it's a it's a wet fart of a kind of an ending to it.
yeah,
it's
It
supposed
just
to be
leads to
about like
nothing.
it's supposed to be about breaking the cycle of revenge.
mm,
Mm,
That's what it's supposed to be. But the way
means
it's
nothing though.
done makes no sense.
Yeah,
Again, when you play as Ellie, you murder hundreds of people in the games.
mm,
Even in, but the thing I know there's like a cognitive dissonance where it's like, do you ever see like these games where you could be like again, like you're Ellie, like a young, but when you're actually playing the game, you kill hundreds of people,
yeah,
mm,
and then the cutscene happens, and you're like, oh wow, nice day. No, you've had to kill them. You just like ignore the gameplay.
yeah,
That's just whatever. But even in the cutscenes, like she's going to kill Abby so many times, and right at the very end, Abby's on a she's malnourished. Kill her.
yeah.
Be done with it and kill her.
Finish the
No,
story.
no. I need to take you to the lake, and I need to put my knife away. I need to kill you in hand to hand. It's like, don't.
Yeah, like who
Like
said you had to do this shit?
it's like you seen her kill Joel,
Mm,
and you've killed so many people for no reason.
yeah,
There's no reason to give her anything. Beat her to death in anger. You know what I mean? Like, that's yeah. I just don't understand that ending. I know they're going for the whole cycle. Even as you said about Joel's death, if they're going to keep that theme. That's the theme of revenge.
yeah.
But they spark revenge early. I think it could be the first episode.
I'm gonna go out on a whim and say the second.
Jesus, I was thinking more 3 or 4.
I think
Really?
what they'll do is they're going to justify Pedro Pascal's wages, and because
Yeah,
people know what they'll do is they'll have flashbacks
there might be a full
to keep.
flashback episode.
No, I think they'll keep him flashback, keep appearing.
Yeah,
If that makes any sense, but he'll be dead. In the second one, there's a great moment, probably the best moment in the game, when what is it? Is it a flashback or no? You play as Ellie and Joel. I don't know if she's on a flashback or a dream or something. She basically sits on the rocket ship, and it's like she thinks she's like a kid again.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember why that happens. If it's a flashback or
I
something.
remember what least. Yeah,
I think she's remembering it, or but that's by far the best moment of the game because it just it's just brilliant how it works.
Mm.
You know,
but yeah, that's more or less our just reaction to it. Again, it's not coming out till April, so we will probably go over things like this again. It will lead into other topics, but we just wanted to make a little. It came out. What was it? 3 days ago. The trailer, so gives us time
and
to dissect it and see
the
what
thing
other people
about it
think.
is, I think if they amend it a bit,
Mm.
that's the thing. The second game story, I think, was told in the wrong order. I think there's a great story there, but they just have to rejig it. And
Yeah, tell it the
if they
right way.
do, they could, because if they tell it the exact same way, I think viewers, especially that only they never played the games, have only watched it from through TV.
Yeah.
They'll get very just going, what are they after doing? Why would they do that? Like, and then a lot of it came from like people waiting years to play the next Last of Us game, and
Yeah.
Joel's dead in the first hour, and you're going, fuck this
Yeah.
shit, like people
Just
were freaking.
people just refunded it on the spot. Like, no, I'm done.
It's like I spent like 8 years or whatever to try and play Joel as Ellie again, see the adventure. He's getting fucking,
He's
know what I
getting
mean?
his arse
Milled out
caved
by a
in
golf
with a
club.
fucking golf club.
Yeah.
He's getting his arse spanked with a paddle, live and direct.
Oh, arse
But,
akimbo for the lads.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
controversial one, and I wish them the best, but I have to keep in mind myself. Fucking Abby's Abby, Ellie's Ellie, and
Yeah.
Joel's a fucking pancake.
mm,
But anyway, that was
Joel's a human golf ball.
yeah, quite literally.
Swing and a miss.
Four.
Schwagging and banging, hey.
Pow.
But yeah, that was us, lads. This was the Keep the Head podcast. Keep the head, keep the form, and we'll see you in the next one.
Look.
Look.